Hello guys, how are you? Welcome to the International Park Series, Park number 2. Um, by the way, please stay tuned to the very end of this video for a special announcement about this coming year's Halloween Horror Night. So if you want to hear about that, please stay all the way till the end of the video for a special announcement on that. But welcome to International Park Series. This is park number 2. We're doing it Europa Park. I was going to do Alton How, actually I was going to do Canada's Wonderland, then I was going to do Alton Towers, but um, then I discovered this Europa Park. That was really amazing. So expect those two other parks that I just mentioned, Alton Towers and Canada's Wonderland, in the next 2 weeks or so. But Europa Park here is the largest theme park in Germany, and is the second most popular theme park resort in Europe, following Disneyland Paris, which is pretty big, because Disneyland Paris is very popular. This park now has 13 roller coasters, and it has several themed areas themed to different parts in Europe, hence the name Europa Park. The park was developed by the Mack family, which you guys may know as Mack Rides. They develop roller coasters now for all theme parks, and several here in the United States. So but they developed this entire theme park. They own it. They still own it to this day. Um, and obviously several of their own coasters are in this theme park as well. Of the 13, I believe 12 of the 13 are Mack coasters, which makes perfect sense. Um, let's go to several themed areas. There's about 18 themed areas. Let's go through all of them right now. There's an Adventureland, which contains 3 rides. One's called the African Queen, which is a boat ride around the lake. Almost probably sounds like a Navi River Journey type of ride, which is awesome. And a Jungle Rafts, which is like a Jungle Cruise type ride, but also has goes through it's a dark ride, so it goes through an African settlement, and it's a dark ride, which makes it different and possibly better than the Jungle Cruise. And the last attraction in the adventure is a water playground, probably in a jungle setting, and for the kids and for everything, which is awesome. The next themed area here is Arthur in the Minimoys Kingdom. It has four attractions here. One of the main attractions is Arthur, which is an inverted dark ride / powered roller coaster, which sounds really awesome. Probably like a mix of like maybe like a Tron type thing, an inverted Tron, which is awesome. We have the Mole Mel's Carousel, a jump around, Poppy Towers, which is a family freefall tower, so nothing as high as the Tower of Terror or Guardians of the Galaxy, but maybe something like a carnival type height of the drop tower. And there are some root slides, which are just some slides for the children, which is awesome. And then after those are those two are just kind of generically themed. This one, now we're starting to the countries of Germany, or the countries of Europe, and Austria. There's an Austria. Austria has 4 attractions as well. The Alpine Express Indian, which is a powered roller coaster, which is themed like a mine train. It's basically a mine train roller coaster, like think about the Thunder Mountain of this park, and it's a short course. So it apparently goes around twice, and sometimes maybe 3 times if it's not even busy. There's a playground, again for the children. I like how all these areas seem to have playgrounds or water or slides, something for the small kids, which is awesome. Then there's the Tyroler Log Flume, which is a nice log flume through the World of Diamonds. This World of Diamonds must be like a mountain or a dark ride segment because the roller coaster goes through there and the log flume goes through there, which is similar to an idea Disney is going to do with Thunder Mountain. In Florida, actually, they're gonna have a mine train coaster and a log ride go right through I think it's called Western River Expedition. Was the whole area, and that got scrapped. But that was kind of an idea of what they were going for. This seems like something very similar, which is awesome. Then there's the Vienna Wave Swing, which is like the silly Symphony swings at California Adventure. Just a random, nice chair swing ride for the small children and families. Moving on down to the England section of the park, they have the arena of football, and not football where you throw it, but football where you kick it like a soccer ball. It's called Arena Football. Be part of it, which is a football exhibition, sports bar, and Adidas shop, which is really cool. Then they have a British carousel, Crazy Taxis, a demolition derby carousel ride, which sounds really interesting. And not sure if you have that anywhere in the American theme parks. And then we have London Bus, which is a magic carpet ride. Think Aladdin, like at Tokyo Disney or Walt Disney Studios Park. Then there's the Panorama Train Station Paddington, and that's just the train station. It goes around the park much like the Disneyland Railroad and other trains around theme parks. The Queen's Diamonds is a laser experience, which is pretty cool. Something about like laser tag. They have a shooting gallery. The Silverstone Racetrack, which is a go-kart ride through the English Gardens. So basically a themed go-kart track, which is nice. Then there's soccer bumper cars, a Dodgems ride located in the arena. Football be part of it. So basically some bumper cars. And then there's a Walter Lane, which seems probably just like a themed area, maybe like a Main Street USA type ordeal. Coming up into France, and we have the Silver Star, massive hyper coaster here. This is a very low end of hypercoaster, though, probably 203 or 205 feet, nothing higher than that. So, hypercoaster nonetheless, and that, yeah, it's a hypercoaster, and it is Europe's third largest and fifth fastest roller coaster, and it actually, I stand corrected, it stands 239 feet tall, with a top speed of 78 miles per hour, so it goes pretty quickly. It's built by B&M, and that's one of the, I think, the only coaster the only or one of the few that aren't built by a Mac um, in the park. There's other rides, got like a 4D Magic Cinema, and it's currently showing the movie Happy Family, a custom-made film made by the company Mac Media. Eurosat is a can coaster. Eurosat can coaster is the indoor coaster. Think Space Mountain. And apparently it's located in a large sphere structure, which people compare to Spaceship Earth at Epcot, so it could be a very large indoor coaster. And the ride itself is similar to Disney's Space Mountain. So, and one unique feature of this ride is it has a spiral lift hill, which is pretty cool. I don't think very few, if any coasters in America have a spiral lift hill. And it goes along to a techno track, much like Space Mountain as well. Euro Tower is an observation tower made by Intamin, and it's 76 meters, and it opened in 1981. Another attraction here is the Madame Fredunch Curiosities, which is a dinosaur-themed dark ride. Very interesting. Mercedes-Benz Hall is a small museum. It's all about Mercedes, and of course Mercedes-Benz was is from Germany, so it makes perfect sense. Moving on to except Mercedes from France. Now moving on to the Germany section of the park, we see, look at that water coaster here. We got, oh no, sorry, that's Greece, but in Germany section of the park, we have the Carnival Barn Museum, the Elf Ride, which is a boat ride with a dark ride section, EP Express Station, which is a monorail, which also has stations in Greece, Spain, and the hotel areas. Jim Nolf, which is a track ride based on Jim Button and Luke, the engine driver. Comment below what that movie is. I assume it's a movie, but I have never heard of that one before. And there's yet another train station from the Panorama train. There's a puppet boat ride, which is circular boats travel through scenes of Puppets movie. So like a nice little children's / family ride. And there's a vintage cars, which is a thing, Autopia, but you don't get to drive the cars probably. And Voletarium, which is a flying theater. Those flying theaters are basically like soaring over California or soaring around the world at various Disney parks around the world. Moving on to the Greece section, we have Atlantis Adventure, which is an interactive dark ride. Interactive meaning you probably can shoot, almost like Toy Story, Midway Mania, and Buzz. They have Cassandra's Curse, which is a madhouse type indoor illusion ride with special effects, which is like a funhouse type of ordeal, which is really cool. And that's pretty awesome actually. Then they have like EP Express Station, which is the monorail. Then they have the Flight of Icarus, which is a balloon ride. Pegasus the Youngster Coaster is a family coaster cleverly themed around an architectural dig. And then they have the water roller coaster over here, Poseidon, which is really cool. It's really a nice blue. And it's the high speed water coaster with um, a statue of the Trojan horse as well. And the station is located into the Acropolis Temple, which is pretty awesome as well. Next themed area, the Grimm's Enchanted Forest. Cinderella area. I mean, I don't know if that's a meet and greet with Cinderella or you just go through Cinderella's home or castle. There's a walkthrough called Doctor Know All. Dwarf City is a kid's fairy tale ride. There's Enchanted Forest Cinema in Grimm's Library. Fairy Tale Gallery. The Frog King, the Golden Goose, which is an animatronic display. Hansel and Gretel, which is the walkthrough. Mother Hilda, which is another animatronic. Little Red Riding Hood and Rapunzel are animatronic displays. Sleeping Beauty Castle walkthrough, which is the same exact attraction as name as we have in Disneyland, but I'm sure it's a much different attraction. The Valiant Little Tailor is a walkthrough, and the Wishing Table is attraction, which is very interesting. So that whole area is basically themed to fairy tales and no real rides, but just walkthroughs and attractions and probably meet and greets with those characters as well, which is really cool. Another great family ordeal here. Moving on down to the Iceland section of the park, we have the Blue Fire Mega Coaster powered by Gazprom, which is a launched roller coaster with several inversions and has another more onboard music and a unique restraint system, and even a dark ride section. Love how most of these coasters have dark ride sections, even though they're thrill coasters, which is awesome. This park is Max put a lot of great theming into this park. And by the way, this park has over 78 attractions, so um, a lot of things to do. It's definitely a multi-day park, seems like. Then you come on here, it's Gazprom Theme World, the Wonder of Energy exhibition, which is an exhibition hall featuring interactive exhibits around the world of gas and supply. I almost think about the Wonders of Life Pavilion at Epcot and the upcoming Play Pavilion there. Little Island is a water playground, again for the children. Whale Adventures Northern Lights is a splash battle interactive water ride with an animatronic theming and themed fishing port. Think about the Legoland ride that has the pirates splash battle. You can shoot water at each other on pirate ships, kind of like that. And then the Wodan Timber Coaster is a wooden coaster built by GCI, another one of the very rare coasters that don't have isn't built by Mack, because I'm not sure if Mack even builds wooden roller coasters. Heading out to the island section, it's another children's area with Baja Express, which is a children's coaster, Big Bobby Car Circuit, driving cars, Dancing Dinghy, a spinning boat, Dingle Bay, Little Lamb's Land, Old McDonald's Tractor Fun, which is just a sit-down tractor ride, Paul's Playboat, Sheeprock, which is a small water carousel. Interesting as it goes over the water. Then Spinning Dragons, which is just a spinner, a spinner ride. Kipsy Paddle Boats, which is a children's boat ride. Tower Tow, which is a tower ride for children, even smaller than the family drop tower that was mentioned above. Heading on down to Italy, we have a Ghost Castle, which is like a haunted mansion, not a spoof, but a haunted mansion is inspired by the haunted mansion, Phantom Manor, and things like that. There's Piccolo Mondo, which is a dark ride celebrating Italian culture with a family-friendly theme, and Volo da Vinci, which is a suspended pedal monorail attraction based on Leonardo da Vinci's flying machine, offering charming views of the nearby area. Think about that one it's like Legoland's power ride, where you can self-power and you're on the little monorail system and you're powering that vehicle along the track, getting nice views of the Legoland resort. Next theme area is Luxembourg. Only two attractions here. Well, one really. Not the monorail has a station here, but it's just a museum, Historama, which is a multimedia journey into the history of the park with special effects. Heading to the Netherlands area, we have a ball pool, which is where you can jump into the ball pit area. The Flying Dutchman, which is the carousel slash spinner ride. Coffee cups, a spinning coffee cup ride. Mini scooters, which is a children's bumper car ride. Pirates and Botivia, which is a boat ride. And an indoor pirate dark ride, I think much like Pirates of the Caribbean, and it features a drop and lots of special effects. Um, then there's Red Baron, which is another spinner carousel ride, and then a rocking bridge and chute, which seems like a playground of sorts. The next themed area here is the Portugal section, which has the Atlantica Super Splash, which is basically a carbon copy of SeaWorld San Antonio's journey to Atlantis. You go up, you focus on turntable, you go down and drop backwards, then you come back up, spin around, and then you go down the main drop, face forward, and then it's over. Then there's Casa de Aventura, which is an indoor playground for kids. Yet another. This place that must have like what is this, like the 10th playground, which is pretty impressive for children. Going on to the Russia section, we have Euro Mir, which is described as a one-of-a-kind, high-speed Mack steel track spinning coaster based around Russian space missions. On this ride, though, the spinning is controlled and only happens during some parts of the ride. Other parts of the ride are indoor dark ride segments, and the coaster cars feature back-to-back seating and another indoor spiral lift hole, and another techno soundtrack is another soundtrack here. Also in Russia is the Lada Autodrome, which is a car ride for younger guests. The Mir Space Station, which is a walk-through attraction. The Panama train has a station in there as well. The Russian Handicraft is, which is real craftsmen at work, making glass and pottery. In the latter, there's also a Snowflake Sleigh Ride, which is a short dark ride through a Siberian landscape, which has another impressive amount of dark rides as well. And down to Scandinavia, we have Anderson's Fairytale Tower. Then we have a River Rapids ride, the Ford Rafting, Rocking Bridge and Wobbling Boat. Sounds like a little play area or something like Tom Sawyer's Island. Sunken City Veneta, which is a walkthrough. Windjammer, which is a swinging ship ride. I think the pirate ships that you see at the Santa Monica Pier and various carnivals and various theme parks around the world. In the Spain section, there's another playground, an adventure playground. It's probably, like I said, between the 12th and 15th playground I've seen. There's a monorail station, or the EP Express station, which is the monorail for the Spain station. The Feria swing, which is a spinning high-speed carousel ride. I was thinking of something like, again, probably silly Symphony swings. Then there's a name I cannot pronounce, but I'm trying my best. Column Buzz Joel, which is a sea storm ride, which travels backwards and forwards. Then there's yet another train station from the Panorama train. The last but not least section of themed area is Switzerland, which is the Jungfrau Glacier Flight, a high-speed spinning plane ride, which is very interesting. There's the Matterhorn Blitz, which is the wild mouse roller coaster themed around a Swiss farmhouse, so not quite like our Matterhorn here at Disneyland. And there's the Earthly House, which is a walkthrough attraction, and then the Swiss Bob Run, Swiss Bob Run, which is a bobsled roller coaster. The Swiss Bob Run is much more like our Matterhorn type rides, and that is it. That's the 18. Those are all the 18 themed areas here. Again, huge park, large park in Germany, second largest after the Disneyland Paris Resort, and second most visited after the Disneyland Paris Resort as well. So, definitely, this park is absolutely amazing. And if I ever go to Germany and Europe, I definitely want to visit and definitely get lots of POVs and lots of um spend at least a couple days there. Again, 78 attractions, but there's just things like lots to do, walkthroughs, meet and greets, films, flying theaters, roller coasters, lots of dark rides, lots of playgrounds for the children. It's really a great family-friendly park. And again, I'm going to give some round of applause. Props to Mac Rides for building and maintaining this park and expanding it, and as well bringing Mac Rides, some of your coaster models, to here, to theme parks in America. Now, for that special announcement about Halloween Horror Nights, Universal announced today on both coasts for Orlando and Hollywood, Stranger Things would be the first maze returning to Halloween Horror Nights this year. 2019, that usually runs between September through November. Look for in the next coming weeks more mazes to be announced, with maybe potentially a special video on the announcements. But Halloween Horror Nights, Stranger Things, it's returning bigger and better than ever, featuring, damn it, featuring demo dogs. Sorry guys, featuring demo dogs this time, as well as the Demogorgon. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for more HHN and Not Scary Farm announcements in the next couple of weeks. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel if you did, and like, share, give it a big thumbs up. Comment below. What are your thoughts on the Europa Park and the International Park series in general? Keep in mind the next Tuesday I'll be doing International Park series Alton Towers, and then that'll be the last one before we switch over to North America and do Canada's Wonderland in 2 weeks. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you on Friday with yet another video.